Live from the campus of Washington and Lee University, this is a Channel 18 Rockbridge News Update.
Welcome to the Rockbridge Report News Update. I'm Faith Pinu. Belgium has raised its terror threat to the highest level after 2 attacks this morning in the capital of Brussels. Belgian media reports at least 34 dead and more than 170 injured. CNN's Karen Kaifa has the latest developments.
Dozens killed, more injured in a major European capital on lockdown. President Obama, traveling in Cuba, addressed the Brussels terror attacks in remarks in Havana earlier this morning.
And we stand in solidarity with them in condemning these outrageous attacks against innocent people. We will do whatever is necessary to support our friend and ally Belgium in bringing to justice those who are responsible.
Here's how the attacks played out. 3 explosions, 1 at a subway station and 2 at Brussels airport. At around 8 a.m. Brussels time, 3 a.m. Eastern here in the U.S., 2 explosions at the departures lounge of Zaventem Airport. About an hour after the airport blasts, an explosion at a subway station in an area where a number of European Union institutions are based. Both attacks at a peak time of morning.
I can't explain. It looked like war. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's really hard. I'm an old firefighter. I have almost 45 years of service, and it's the first time I see something so terrible.
The terror threat level in Belgium has been raised to its maximum. Precautions are also being taken elsewhere in Europe. France has deployed extra officers around the country. British police have stepped up their presence in certain spots as well. Many are asking about a possible connection with the capture of Salah Abdeslam on Friday. He is the Paris terror attack suspect who Belgian and French authorities had been seeking since November. Authorities not yet making any connections. Meanwhile, here in the U.S., national security officials are on guard for the potential of any copycat attacks. And if you are traveling today in the U.S., particularly by air, you can expect enhanced security presence. Airports in cities like New York, Washington, Los Angeles, and Chicago already stepping up security around those airports. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
The Associated Press reports that the Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the attacks. Yesterday, Lexington residents and Washington and Lee University students joined together in solidarity against racism. The anti-racism rally came in response to sightings of KKK flyers last Sunday. The Community Anti-Racist Education Initiative organized the event.
The KKK does not scare me.
Tune in Thursday for more on who spoke at the rally and how local leaders are continuing to fight against racism. The presidential race pushes forward today with more primary and caucus contests. Residents of Arizona and Utah and Democrats in Idaho are voting right now. On Monday, candidates from both parties appealed once again to voters. CNN's Reed Binion reports.
The remaining presidential candidates appeared on CNN Monday to make one last pitch ahead of Western Tuesday, with 3 states poised to hold contests. Donald Trump drew fire for comments on the U.S.'s funding of NATO.
It's too much, and frankly, it's a different world than it was when we originally conceived of the idea and everybody got together.
Rival Ted Cruz blasted Trump's comments.
He would unilaterally surrender to Russia and Putin, give Putin a massive foreign policy victory by breaking NATO.
Cruz also shot down the idea of being Trump's running mate.
I have zero interest whatsoever in this.
John Kasich echoing Cruz and going a step further.
There is zero chance that I would be vice president with either of them.
On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton came out hard against Trump.
He has been engaging in bigotry and bluster and bullying.
That after slamming the GOP frontrunner at the pro-Israel lobby AIPAC Monday.
We need steady hands, not a president who says he's neutral on Monday, pro-Israel on Tuesday, and who knows what on Wednesday.
Bernie Sanders, the only current White House hopeful not to address AIPAC on Monday, said the absence was not a snub. Sanders also saying that despite Clinton's lead, his campaign is still viable.
I think we have a road, a narrow road, but a road to victory.
The next chance for all the candidates to move closer to that goal comes today, with 3 states holding contests. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Havana rolled out the red carpet last night, hosting a state dinner for the first family, but only after President Obama and Cuban President Raul Castro sat down for an historic meeting. No sitting U.S. president has visited Cuba in almost 90 years. President Obama was pushing forward to start a new era with Cuba. He called for the U.S. embargo against Cuba to be lifted and for Cubans to embrace this historic change. That's all for this week's live news update. Coming up on Thursday, Peter Rathmel will tell us about Waddell Elementary delays and how your children are affected. And Barbara Bent spoke with one of the reporters who broke the Watergate scandal, Carl Bernstein.
I think reporting is rocket science. I think it's about being dogged.
All that and more on Thursday. Thanks for staying updated and have a great night.